Fashion TV. As previously mentioned, I am here with one of the best seamstress and designer in St. Andrews, Dali. Hello, Dali.
Hello, Tehera.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome, anytime.
So let's start off by telling us, who is Dali Belle Rose?
My name is Dali Belle Rose. I am seamstress, fashion designer. I'm aspiring to be a better seamstress, and I'm aspiring to be a better fashion designer. Sewing, drafting, cutting, everything that surrounds fashion are my hobbies. Is what I really enjoy doing, and it's what I'm aspiring to do even better.
Nice. And tell us, what does fashion mean to you?
Fashion means basically everything to me. It's my joy, it's my favorite pastime, it's everything that I'm doing. If I'm reading a book, it has to be about fashion. If I'm watching my favorite TV show, Project Runway, any Mission Catwalk, very interesting. I surround my life with fashion. It's my peace, it's my serenity, it's my really favorite pastime, really.
Nice. So tell us, why did you choose designing and sewing as a career choice?
Initially, my mom told me I'll be a teacher, my dad told me I'll be a nurse. As the obedient daughter that I am, I did endeavor to, achieve these goals, just to please them. I applied in the nursing industry, and then lo and behold, my phone simply comes out. I don't know if I got the call, I don't know if I didn't, but I know when I did the interview, the lady was very pleasant and it looked very promising. Me, I don't cry over spilled milk. I kept moving. I went into the teaching field, and 2 weeks in the school, and I said, Lord, I know you gave me the job. I don't want to be ungrateful, but I don't think that this is for me. I remember I couldn't get what I really wanted to wear as a teacher in stores. Every skirt I picked up, every garment that I tried to purchase, it was just missing something. So I felt, you know what, let me start by making my own work clothes, and then it escalated from there. The passion grew from there, my drive grew from there, and I kept moving. I never turned back from since then.
Right, just for curiosity, what subject did you take?
I taught English. Wow, that chapter I've closed for such a long time.
Oh.
I taught English language. That's my favorite subject, really. If you notice, I really like to talk. English language, English literature, social studies, and history was my favorite.
Nice.
Yes.
But that's nice that you break out of the traditional career path and you go after your dreams and what you love.
Thank you so much. I never told my parents. I just did it, and I proved and I showed them that I can, and that it will be worth it.
And what was the feedback like to them? Like, were they happy? Were they, Daddy, why did you?
Initially, like I didn't, the smart move I made a smart play. While sewing, I started sewing independence clothes, and I started introducing myself. I wanted to ease away, I did it really smart. So by the time people pass in, Miss Alma, that's your daughter, she's doing well. It kind of,
nice.
She's feeling good, she's feeling encouraged. So by the time I closed that chapter and entered into the new one of fashion designing, sewing, she had no qualms, no problems with it, because she was being lifted as well with confidence.
That's great, that's nice. Now, how would you describe your personal style?
My personal style is modestly classy. I know we know modestly old-time-ish, but modestly classy. I love the fact that I know that most Christians, sometimes, we're trying to go to church and we're trying to wear something nice, but sometimes people, is she really a Christian? Oh, that dress for church? So I just want to introduce new fashion styles to most of the modest Christian women out there, whereby you can wear your style, you can wear your design, you can look really nice, and nobody has to want because you know how our culture to judge them going. So I just want to introduce that style to that sector of our society where most don't cater for.
So tell us, Dali, how would you like persons to feel when wearing your designs?
First of all, Tehera, I want persons to be happy, elated, ecstatic to spend their money by me.
Nice.
In addition to, when they wear my design, I want them to feel exactly like me. Radiate that aura of that confidence, positive energies. As a woman, you know you look good. You can walk the road confidently, lift your head. And when someone asks you, what are you so, oh, Dali, sewing services, I want women to feel proud. Oh, and men as well. But you know, the reason why I stress on women so much is because most times you see persons, they're wearing their clothes and they're just going to work. And they're just going to work on Monday. And you know, but when we feel good, we give off more. Then more comes out from us. We work good, our work is so effective, and that's what I really want, because that's how I feel. When I dress good, when I look nice and people step in, I'm feeling good, I give up that vibe, I give up, and I want them to go with that positive energy from Dali Sewing Services.
I love that. So what are you specializing?
I specialize in sewing for both men and women, and you name it, I sew it. For a wedding, for occasions such as wedding, for bridesmaids, for work I must zoom in on work attire. I love. The reason being, work attire, we always imagine the gray suit, the black suit, the blue suit, the normal collar, just the norm. But I sort of zoom in on that because I want us to dare to deviate from what people expect and kind of diversify it a bit and go a little extra. Then I sew casual wear, I sew whatever persons imagine, I can sew it. Most oftentimes they bring their phones, they see a picture online, and whatever they desire, I always sew what they require.
That's nice. And where do you get your inspiration from?
Honestly, to be honest, I will honestly say, I cannot tell you that I got from Instagram, I didn't get from the media, that didn't happen. I didn't Google anything. To be honest, I started with the Lord on my side, with His guidance, and there's always this little voice telling me, just relax, just sit, just meditate, and He just sends it. So I want to give Him all the credit, all the praise. I can't lie, is because remember, God was the first fashion designer. He did. Remember when Eve sewed her clothes and He came and He stripped them and He clothed them? So I talked to Him along that lines, and I must say He has really been faithful. So for this, I'm going to give Him all the credit and say, by His grace, I get my inspiration from.
So I have a little fun question for you, right?
Tell me. Ask me.
What will you do if you accidentally burnt a client's garment while ironing?
My dear, I have. They don't know anything, my dear. Boy, there is always a way that you you calm down. First of all, accidents happen. Remain calm. Calm yourself. And then I simply take sometimes I cut on all the garments, and I simply turn that into a style they will never even imagine is a big accident. Most times, oftentimes. One time, I even burned a dress in mine, and I simply turn it. When you hear walking the road, compliments too much. Yeah, so no panic. There is always a way. Always a way, and I always manage to fix that.
You are a professional. Because for one, I would
I never ever call clients and say, oh, you don't have sufficient material. There's always a way. You could turn the material. There is so much you can do. I don't like being the bearer of bad news. My mess to fix, and by God's grace, I will fix it. One time, one time, a lady, I was doing a wedding dress, and she gave me the image of what she wanted. I mean, I probably got it just wrong. You know what I did? I sprinkled a little lace on it. She loved, oh, I love it! I didn't tell her it was a mistake.
No, she knows. No, she knows.
And she worked, and it's right there actually. Right there. Yeah, big mistake, but what a beautiful mistake.
Nice. So tell us, you are wearing one of your designs, right? Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, my dear, can I?
You can shoot.
Alright, so, and we were just talking about mistakes and cutting bad. So, this design initially, I didn't know what to do. I was sitting on Sunday and I started with this too. So I thought either A or B, either would work, because sometimes you put it on paper on a new, because of your size or something, it just doesn't work out and you have to have your backup plan. So initially I started with this one here with the sleeves and everything. So there I was, you know, piecing my thingy together, and bam, I realized this isn't working.
But I like this too. I like this as well.
To me, it was too much. I was trying to contrast, you know, the blue and then put the, and I felt it was too much, man. And if you notice, I made it pop a bit, you know, flight a bit here. But to me, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. If it doesn't settle well with me, then I'm not going to go on with it. And then the sleeves here, I felt it was too much for a work attire. So I felt this wasn't working. So immediately I said, Lord, what do I do? So what I did, I settled for this one instead. Smaller sleeves, as you can see. It's matching, smaller sleeves. And then I decided to omit the front and just put it in plain. And to be honest,
Looks great.
Yeah, to be honest, I got a lot of work for that. And let's get ready for the wow effect. So if you notice, I'm wearing a red shoe. That's because my brooch is red, same color as the shoe. Most times I would match my brooch with my shoe. So people will, how does, but it contrasts so nicely.
Yeah.
And then, hold on, get ready, drum roll.
We're getting ready.
Drum roll. So I can wear, initially I wanted a tie dress. My inspiration came from this one. I love ties, maybe you can call it wear, I'll call it fashion.
It's fashion.
So I started with a tie. And then I felt this isn't working, you know, this is too plain. So I experimented with cloth and, you know, putting. So I did this. Then I realized this isn't working. I couldn't make up my mind whether the tie or my little scarf. So you know what? I decided, you know what? Both of them. Both of them rock. So on any given day, I'll wear both of them or none at all.
And what was the inspiration behind this design? Was it just a pop-up idea, or you thought of it?
Honestly, I was sitting on Sunday, I was eating, and it just came into my head. The design just came into my head, and the back and everything. I started drawing and experimenting, and then I realized it's working, and I stick with it. It's just like how my design inspiration come. I will simply be sitting thinking about, I'm not thinking about fashion at all, and a design will simply, I start to see it. I start to see pictures flashing in my head, and that's just how it works. So that's it right there. Thank you so much. I do appreciate. Yes, my dear.
So now tell us about your color coordination. Now I've seen some of your work, and the way you mixed your colors, they are like so perfect. Like you went to the store and you just got the two colors together. Tell us about that.
Honestly, I got it. My sister visited me with this piece of material, and I was like, I said, can I have this? and I had at the moment just this piece. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to sew a plain dress. I love to mix and match. And going through my fabric, lo and behold, what a miracle. I got this. And when I put the two together, it's like, I said, Lord, you're amazing. And girl, that's just how it happened. My sis gifted me with piece, and I just happened to have this one lying around for the right time and the right design.
Perfect match.
Thank you, my dear.
Amazing. And tell us
Thank
about
you.
the mask. You have a
Yes, well, the season of Corona. I would wear a mask, but I will mask out in style.
Of course,
it has
of
to be
course,
stylish. So I decided, you know what? Since it's a lot of blue and a little, I decided to do it just like that. Lay it down and I realized it's working.
safety in style. Safety in style. I love it.
Thank you so much, my dear. I love it too, and my face is pretty small, so I just did something small, something really neat, and something chic.
Nice.
Thank you.
So guys, when we get back, we will be going through with some of Dali's amazing pieces. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys, and we are here with some of Dali's amazing pieces. Tell us about these looks.
Alright, so these looks here are client styles. These are ordered by clients. They already came, they already measured, they already fit on. Minor adjustments, for example, hemming, because I always try to give my clients choices when it comes to the sleeve length, when it comes to length and so on. People love to feel like they paid the money and then they could put in their little 2 cents, so I give them that privilege, right? So on display, I'm sure to put a man garment because most times people, seeing is believing. They are not convinced that I could sew for men. So seeing is believing.
There you go, guys.
And I specifically want to point them out to this hair. Client styles as well. So in case you guys are not convinced that I can sew for men, there you go. So these are their styles. They are not mine. So I'm going to take you to my pieces right now.
But I've noticed that you love the African fabrics. What's the story behind these African fabrics? Is it the love for the culture?
African fabric and the love for the culture started when my sister introduced me to a Nigerian movie.
Ooh, you're the best.
When I say, how are you watching that? Turn that off. She said, watch one. Just watch one. And from that day, and their fashion, their dress,
everything. I love
so
everything
eccentric.
African.
I love their eccentric styles. I really, really love it.
And it shows.
I do. I certainly do. So these are my styles. I want to introduce you to this first piece. My dear, fabric again lying around, and accidentally I put it
just bam.
So the design for this one is this. Sorry. This one right here. And when I was finished sewing the piece, I felt that it was missing something, and I added the tie. I know most persons are afraid of long sleeves. They say it's hot, it's the wet. No, I believe it's all in our imagination.
And it's a perfect, it's not too thick.
Not at all. It really keeps me nice and cool. I absolutely, I feel when I'm walking with this dress, literally, no exaggeration. Man, woman, stop in the vehicle. I don't know them. Miss, I love your design. Watch me now.
I did it.
Yes, I said son by me, son by yours truly. They say you're doing it feels nice. Yeah, it's an excellent feeling. I want to take you to this one. The inspiration came from this hair. So I did not have any thought about sewing this dress. But however, a client came in and they ordered this design. It's a design they saw on the internet, Yeah, Ankara fashion, African again. And the client loves blue, and he brought in these two fabrics together. While sewing it, feel it. It feels so good. The needles, it's really, really nice to sew, and I fell in love with the contrast. It's unique, it's different. I fell in love. I want to ask him where he bought his fabric, but I kind of shame. I catch him, I call him nice. You mind telling me where you purchased the fabric? He said, Porcelain St. George. I went up, I got mine, and I did the female version. And I'm telling you, that this also is a hit. Now, I admit, the style came as I began to cut and sew. This wasn't in my head. My imagination was, I'll put this around here and just put about 1, 2, 3. But when I laid it down, I realized it wasn't working. It was just so plain, so dull, you know? So I decided, no man, we have to get a wow effect, you know? And then I put the peplum. However, this material was too stiff for peplum. I happened to put the 2 in front there, darling, and it was working, so I sewed it down. So it's kind of like a butterfly in a cocoon, ready to get out.
Same thing at the back? Same
thing at the back, and trust me, when I walk in this, see me, listen, my head is, I'm blessed that I don't have. That's how confident I'm feeling. Yes, I love this space. And this one, I wore.
The colors again.
Yes, darling. This one I sewed yesterday. Only yesterday. This design inspiration, again, I had nothing in mind. I had 2 little pieces. It's kind of like I had insufficient fabric and I was clean to throw. So a little voice inside said, Delia, you really want to throw that? Nah, I can't sew nothing and I want to throw it. Hold on, Delia, wait, lay down and cut. But I don't have. Sometimes you talk to yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like a crazy woman in the house. But I don't have a style. The little voice was, try. I say, okay, Lord, I will. Bam! Today, I put it up. I wore it. For every Monday, I have something called Fashion Monday for my clients, where I will introduce a new style for them. And today, I wore this one little piece, just the little pieces I put together. I didn't even have sufficient in the back. But you know what? I do my little thing.
And you made it work.
And to be honest, I made it work. I gave me like a scrap. The reason why the mask is like that, there wasn't enough. So I had to add 2 pieces together. Yes, man, and I'm so glad I didn't throw this fabric. So Tehera, darling, don't throw it. Bring it to Dali sewing services.
I love that.
And this last piece here, not last of my designs, but last for the video, is at a time when I was obsessed with peplum. Everything had to be a peplum. But my clients told me, Daddy, we want to see more. So that was the last peplum I did. Mind you, it's a hit. I did the headband on the mask and everything. And then I thought, because you know, as a fashion designer, you have to introduce. You can't just put your thing. You have to encourage people. It's okay to divert. It's okay to be different. It's okay to add a little variety to your style. I saw this in a movie. It's okay to add some style to your shit. And that's what I did. That's what I was just experimenting, you know, and this is how it turned out.
It's amazing. You're amazing. Your work is amazing. Keep up the
so much. And again, it was just fabric lying around. Just fabric lying around, and I put them, like I placed them one on top of the other, and I'm thinking this will work. This will work. Sometimes I feel discouraged because you're unsure, you're uncertain of how it's gonna come out. But my thing is, go for it. Whether it ends good or bad, it was an experience.
So, Dali, thanks again for having me. I enjoyed this interview. Your designs are amazing. You are amazing. Now, I know you have a YouTube channel, so can you tell us a little bit about it? And give the audience a chance to subscribe.
Okay, so hello everyone. Hi Lovelies. The name of my YouTube channel is Dali Belle, and it's all about fashion. It's all about my designs. It's all about kind of being wacky, kind of being fun. So I'd appreciate if you visit again Dali Belle, like, subscribe, share. I'm sure that you will see a piece that will inspire you.
Nice. Guys, be sure to subscribe. And how about those that want to get in touch with you to the business vibes?
Alright. Okay, so I do have a Facebook page, Dali Belle. If you want to know more of my personality. I also have a business page, Dali Sewing Services, and I have my phone number there, everything. So feel free.
Thank you. And thank you guys so much for viewing. And I will see you next time for another episode of Discover Fashion. Remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we shall see you next time. Bye.